In the vast, star studded universe of science fiction and speculative fiction, a subtle yet profoundly unsettling narrative device stands out, gripping our collective imagination with a quiet intensity: the soft apocalypse trope. This narrative trend, unlike the explosive spectacles of meteor strikes or nuclear war, draws its power from a creeping sense of dread, the slow unraveling of society as we know it through means such as economic downturns, environmental crises, or pandemics that simmer rather than explode. It's this very subtlety, this gentle nudge towards oblivion, that feels all too real. What exactly is the soft apocalypse trope? At its core, the soft apocalypse trope is characterized by the gradual disintegration of societal norms, structures, and the very fabric of civilization, not with a bang, but a whimper. This trope diverges from the grandiose destruction typical of apocalyptic fiction, focusing instead on a slow descent into chaos. It's the difference between witnessing the crumbling of humanity through a telescope rather than being in the room when the bomb goes off. Origins and popularity. Tracing its roots back to the growing environmental and socioeconomic concerns of the late 20th century, the soft apocalypse trope gained significant traction in the 21st century as writers began to mirror the complex, layered anxieties of their times. Influences can be seen in earlier works, but it was the increasing immediacy of global issues that truly birthed this trope into mainstream consciousness. Why it works. The psychological and narrative appeal. The soft apocalypse trope resonates on a deeply psychological level because it mirrors the incremental changes we observe in our own world. It's the slow boil versus the sudden explosion, making the narrative more relatable and, paradoxically, more threatening. This approach allows for a richer exploration of character and society, inviting readers to ponder the resilience of the human spirit and the tenuous threads that bind our societies. In essence, it taps into our deepest fears of losing control inch by inch rather than all at once. Examples that illustrate the trope. Emily St. John Mandel's Station 11 artfully navigates the aftermath of a pandemic that quietly decimates the global population, focusing on the echoes of what was lost and the beauty of what remains. Paolo Bacigalupi's The Water Knife paints a harrowing picture of future water scarcity, where societal collapse is not immediate but inevitable due to environmental degradation. These narratives excel not in their depiction of disaster, but in their exploration of human resilience and adaptation in the face of slow-moving crises. Variations across genres. While most prevalent in science fiction and speculative fiction, the soft apocalypse trope finds its way into various genres, from dystopian fiction to literary novels that speculate on a not-so-distant future. Each genre bends the trope to its will, sometimes focusing on the environmental aspect, sometimes on the social, but always maintaining that creeping sense of unease. When it fails, common pitfalls and mistakes. The subtlety of the soft apocalypse can be its downfall if not handled with care. Writers may struggle to maintain tension in a story where the threat doesn't explode into action, but simmers under the surface. Additionally, the slow unraveling can lead to narratives that feel aimless or excessively bleak, losing the thread of human hope and resilience that provides counterbalance to the decline. For writers, tips on using this trope effectively. Writers looking to explore this trope should focus on the human element, how individuals and communities respond to the gradual erosion of their world. Maintaining tension is crucial. Even a slow apocalypse must have stakes. Balancing the bleakness with moments of beauty, hope, or connection can make the slow decline feel not just bearable, but profoundly moving. The key is to reflect the complexity of the real world, where even in decay, there is growth and adaptation. Conclusion: the enduring power of the soft apocalypse. The soft apocalypse trope endures because it speaks to our deepest fears and highest hopes. It challenges us to consider not just how we might react in the face of sudden disaster, but how we live day to day in a world that sometimes feels like it's eroding beneath our feet. By offering a mirror to our reality, it invites introspection and ultimately action. For writers, it's a powerful tool for exploring the human condition, for reflecting on what matters most when much is lost. For readers, it's a reminder of the strength found in resilience, in community, and in the stubborn persistence of hope amidst decline. In navigating the soft apocalypse, we find a narrative device that feels too real because it is real, unfolding in slow motion around us. This trope compels us to look not away from our potential future, but directly at it, offering a chance not just for reflection, but for preparation. Through the lens of fiction, we see not just the end of the world as we know it, but the beginning of what comes next. Understanding tropes helps both readers enjoy books more and writers craft better stories. What tropes do you love or hate? What should I cover next? Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for weekly trope breakdowns.